We found out that the men in your life as a woman are draining you. They are energy vampires.
And we don't want you to make the same mistake.
And let them suck your blood.
Yeah, I know what this is. You know, as women, as straight women, we love men. Like, I'm not gonna pretend like I don't love men. I love them because they bring another side to me that I like. They make me feel more feminine. Like, they're the opposite of us. So I'm sure you too, as a woman, you love being around men. You know, you love their experience being with them. But then don't you notice sometimes when you hang out with them, you just feel like after you're exhausted,
depleted,
like literally depleted, and compared to the times you go and have a girls' night and you feel so, you know, rejuvenated.
Exactly.
Like they put life into you. Notice a difference?
Well, we're here to tell you it's not just something you're noticing, it's something that's happening. Men are sucking your feminine energy dry. Imagine them having a straw when they hang out with you that they like implant in your back, but you have no idea, and the whole time they're hanging out with you, they're just slurping you up with the straw. Especially if you guys are having sex with these men, especially someone that you're not committed with. Through that interaction, imagine his body glowing like he's Jesus.
Yeah, like he just talking to you, just being in your presence alone amplifies, like in power. He gets points. Imagine himself like a video game. Literally, he's gaining points and he's like inflating, getting bigger and bigger, just being around you.
And that is because feminine energy
is a life force.
You are the source.
The reason why men are draining, not only are we the life source, this is how we provide the source. Our beauty, our presence. We're so naturally, as feminine women, we love to nurture. It's in our nature. We're by default women who like to give. Our energy loves to give life. We're like those people, like, you know, when you touch a plant and it comes to life, that's what we do. If you imagine that, that's what we do. And the man is like the plant. You just by touching it is giving it life. The reason why this is the case, just us being in their presence, being, you know, a listening ear, our beauty. When we're with them and we're amongst other people, he gains status just by being there with
and
you.
You guys don't even have to be together. It could literally be a friend. A coworker that said, come to this event with me.
Yeah, I had a friend who would literally want me to be around so he can gain status because he knew that alone, people didn't take him seriously.
People are always confused when we say things like, they're harvesting your feminine energy. They're doing it for your feminine energy, because a lot of women are like, what the hell is feminine energy? What is it? Feminine energy is everything that you bring to the table. This is why it's insulting for a man to ask you, what do you bring to the table? Here, we're going to tell you what women bring to the table, especially when they're not emotionally blocked and their femininity isn't blocked. You are always going to be giving, like it just happens. You're always giving, whether that's giving actual presents, whether that's you making them food or giving them advice. It could be the male friends in your life. You're always naturally giving. For example, this girl, she had a male best friend. She was always giving him advice on how to change his looks. She was teaching him. You were literally walking him through. You don't just say, oh yeah, you can just do better. No, we hold their hand step by step and we help them become better. I literally
helped him elevate with his wardrobe. Like, these are things we naturally do, which is why you need to be mindful who you're pouring into when it comes to men. I was practically, you know, elevating his looks. Your presence alone, your beauty is already like, he gets points from his friends and people around him. They take him more seriously. Do you know statistically, men who own businesses and companies often look for a wife because they know that that will triple their income, because people take them more seriously, that he's able to even get a wife, and especially if she's beautiful and looks a certain way, they're like, oh my god, like,
and acts a certain way.
Yeah,
let's not forget.
And she acts a certain way, looks beautiful. They're like, okay, like, this man knows what he's on. He can get her. Then I probably can trust him to invest into his company or work with him. Like, these are the ways that, like, their life multiplies, bro. It's crazy.
And to the women that are unfortunately losing their mind and they're cooking and cleaning for men who are not their husband,
your energy is being harvested. That is an example of that.
And you are that feminine energy. He basically has found a feminine energy source outside of his mother who takes the load off of him in aspects of his life. Do you see that? And you guys think because he likes you and is nice to you that this is okay. Like, this is a fair trade-off between the two of you.
If he's not pouring into you, it's not a fair trade-off. If he's not doing things for you, helping you financially in any way, it's not a fair trade-off.
If you guys pay 50-50, it's not a fair trade-off.
Because you are the source. You're like another form of income in his life.
And you like literally give him life. You are giving him life. And this goes for people who even are in married situations. The other day, she was watching a TikTok of a woman who basically lives her life schedule by her man's life.
It was terrifying. She was like, yeah, I wake up exactly at this time before he goes to work.
At 6 a.m.
And I make sure I set up his lunch. And then I also make sure he gets all his vitamins. So as soon as he gets a shower, I hand him a cup like of his vitamins. Like, he can't get it himself. Like, she's like, I don't schedule anything past a certain time, so that way I make sure I'm home when he sees me. And also I make sure the house is perfectly spotless and clean, so he doesn't have to think about anything. You think you're doing your big one.
And the issue with this is, first of all, this is always going to be an issue because you have become a feminine energy slave. You're being harvested, but you're also allowing it. That's why you're a feminine energy slave. Because you're using your feminine energy to serve him by any means necessary. And I will bet my life on it that he is not pouring into you.
Yeah, it's crazy. She also mentioned how he has kids and grandkids, and she buys all the gifts, make sure he gets all the cards, and make sure she's the one who's sending it. He has nothing to do with any of that. Is that not an assistant? Let me know.
A lot of men use you guys as personal assistants, but you guys allow yourself to be used. But because you care so much about that man, whether it's a brother, a father, or a boyfriend, you do it.
Yeah.
And then you're drained and you're confused after.
You're centering men in your life, and it's a detriment to your health. You know, statistically, women who get married are more likely to have health issues and to die earlier than a woman who's single. Because a man is he's
a liability.
His life is actually statistically improves when he's with a woman, and a woman's the opposite. She's more likely to die earlier.
Now, we're not trying to tell you be single and do not fall in love, because we're completely against that. I think everyone should be in divine union, but you guys are not in divine union. You're in bullshit union.
Yeah, you're in 50-50 bullshit. There's no such thing as 50-50 because you are the source. Okay? Period.
And you guys are always like, what, why, how is it fair to put it all on him? How is it fair that you do all these things as well as bring life into this world and you pay bills? And that you are all of his emotional support when he is not yours. I saw a video the other day where this topic was specifically being discussed, and I want to casually read to you guys some of the things that over 3,000 women were commenting in terms of their relationships and being drained by men, or just seeing how much men value getting attention from them. I noticed that my brother, when he is playing video games, always wants me to come and just sit and watch him play. He doesn't even talk to me or say anything. He just wants me to watch him. Tell him why.
Think about how your presence alone makes him want to perform. You don't understand. A feminine presence makes a man want to perform. Why do you think men go to the club? They're going to a club where there's amusement, there's music. They still need a posse. They need a group of women to be there. They'll get their friend to bring a bunch of women with them. And think about parties. They'll be like, okay, do you have the girls? Did you invite girls?
Think about music videos. Name one music video where a rapper's rapping and he doesn't have an army of women around him.
Because he knows that makes him look like the man.
Your feminine energy, you are what puts life into them to make themselves feel cool. Even though they try to convince you that they don't give a fuck about women. No, we don't care about you guys.
Bullshit.
Look at everything. Look at the facts. You are the source in every single scenario. Here's another one. Every single time I've been in a relationship, I put all of my resources to help a man become the best version of themselves with hopes that they will do the same for me. But they never do. They just take. Now, do you see the issue with that? It is crucial that you allow that man to prove himself to you first and pour into you first. She uses her resources to build them up to become the best versions of themselves and hopes for the best after. Also, men hate women that just easily let them just glow up and use them.
And they don't even know that they hate you. They will just show by their actions. Men are energy conservers. If you show them that you are willing to do the work, they will conserve their energy. You cannot demonstrate these behaviors because they will eat it up. They will just do. They're like, okay,
they're vampires.
Why
guys.
work hard when I can work smarter? And you're the thing that's making him work smarter because you're doing it all for him.
Because you're the source.
Yeah.
So
you're centering men in your life.
And if you want to stop centering men in your life, make sure to watch this video that we made where we go over the 8 steps that you need to take to stop being a pick-me-sha. Only a pick-me-sha is going to use all her resources and hope for the best because you're trying to make him pick you, choose you, love you. But men is going to pick you, use you, and then throw you in the trash and then bring that new version of himself that you just created to the girl
that he dreamed of being with.
The high-value girl who would never put a man on a pedestal.
That's what they want. That's the dream girl. You're not the dream girl. If you are giving your resources hoping he'll do the same, you are not his dream girl. And he's like, damn, like she's gonna really get me right. He just went on a makeover show with you and he's like, oh my god, when I transform, I can't wait to meet my dream girl. Like that's what he's thinking. You're just like a Make-A-Wish Foundation for him.
Someone gave such a good example. They said, exactly. Men are draining and you need to think about how many times it's only men that tell you why you're not smiling. When you're outside, your smile on the street
alone just does so much for them.
That's like it's like a shot of feminine energy.
Yeah.
Like a quick shot.
Men would always say that to me. Every time I smile, I'd be like, and they're like, oh my god, your smile is just, oh my god.
It's giving me life.
I don't even know them. Like, I'll just like glance at them, smile. They're like, oh my god, your smile gives everything. Oh my god.
So yeah, when you're walking the street and they're asking you to smile, half the time it's because they're trying to get a free shot. A free shot off that liquor. They said, show me some teeth. You're just like minding your business with headphones on. Like, what?
They just snorted cocaine when you smile.
Exactly.
So,
exactly. So imagine what your smile does. So think about sex. What do you think that does? How depleted do you think you're going to be when you're not only pouring all of yourself into him, but then giving him you sexually, access to you sexually when he's done no work?
Just know your womb is the access to the spiritual world. You bring in lives into the world through your womb. They keep getting to dip into the other side. They're getting life. They're living their best life, and you're just being sucked dry. You think just because you orgasm that you just got something,
and like
not
you're having
really.
Fun too.
No,
he's benefiting so much,
way more than you are. I promise you that. That's why I think you should not be doing all of that if he's not pouring into you and really showing you he's a true provider man.
If he is not showcasing the qualities of a provider man, he does not deserve to have your feminine energy and have access to that. You should not be pouring into him in hopes that he's gonna like one day show you that he's a provider and that he's the one. Because now what? Now you're just Molly the maid.
So protect your energy and know that men can suck your energy, and only give this energy to yourself. Pour it into yourself, okay? And your fellow friends who pour into you, your girlfriends. That is it, because they're the ones who are going to give you life, okay? Do not. Be mindful of the men you're around and give as little as energy as possible.
Especially to male friends, you guys. Think about it. Does your male friend pour into you and give you so much energy? Or do they come to you for advice about women? Do they bring you and tell you to invite your friends when they go out? All of these things, I hope you know, like, it just seems casual for you, but he knows what the value of all of that is. And he's just using your feminine energy. So, how about we pluck those fangs out of their mouth?
Seriously.
So we really hope you enjoyed this video. We hope that you feel empowered. This is not about hating men. We are never going to be on like,
I love men, but I know there's dangers involved with them.
And we want women to be cautious so that you don't get with the predator. We want you to be with the provider.
The good man. The good quality man. There's not all of them are good. So you need to be on your huntress energy.
Yes. Make sure you like,
comment,
share,
and subscribe
to the Remy Diaries, aka Remy TV, your favorite YouTube streaming network where you'll never want to change the channel. Bye.